Okay, today is 42nd development experience sub-governance weekly Zoom call, 12th of August. We have been waiting for 3 minutes, so let's start. So first question for agenda is question arises from coming contest. There is a proposal, contest proposal. It's actually it's like a pre-draft, preliminary draft proposal. Anyway, the question is the contest we want to have is to send notification for browsers and for mobile devices about events happen in the blockchain, in the FreeTON blockchain. And there is some difficulties to send this notification because for example, for Apple policy requires provider or company who is sending this notification get some permission from Apple. And it takes time. And the question is, should this permission be given for contest participants? It's kind of, or this permission should be requested by jury members and participants should provide their code, like working code, and to test it, jury members should have Apple permissions to receive notification or any other variant. Do we have some of these guys, web counters, Temofapa here?
Да, Алексей, я здесь. Единственная проблема, что я на английском не разговариваю. Я, в принципе, почти все понял, то, что вы сказали, но говорить не могу.
Okay, could you tell us in Russian? Tell me, did I explain everything correct, or you could correct me, and I will translate it in English.
Yeah, it will be good to get over it again in Russian, because honestly I didn't understand what was this about in relation to the sub-governance.
Maybe I can start, like introduce this contest a bit.
Okay, please, Ekaterina.
Yeah, we've been preparing one contest about notification providers that should cover such notifications as HTTP, APNS, and Google Firebase FSM notifications. So basically, there are three things, as I think, that we should discuss today. The first one is basically like whether it will be one contest or should we split it into several contests. Another one is the issue about the APNS that Alex, you just said. So, and the third one is basically like how the jurors will be able to test it, like what environment should jurors have and how is it actually possible to test these three types of notifications. Yeah, and we have here both Alexei and Alexander, and I think maybe they can share the screen with the contents and like discuss it now in details.
Okay, thank you. Now I got it, and it's for me it's immediately clear that if you have several types of issues with different setups and different kind of problems, we should have several contests, right? So you won't be held back by the issues specific to other branches, and we'll be able to proceed. We need contests a lot. Just my opinion.
Mm-hmm. what do you guys think? Maybe switch to Russian if it's such a problem.
Виталий,
Екатерина,
я попросил на русском.
Екатерina, one more little question regarding this contest. How the notifications will be triggered from some SDK code or directly from smart contracts?
What we plan to do, like in the end, is a dbot that has several like interfaces. One of them sends like registers a user in a notification provider with its token, device token, and application ID. And another one interface sends encrypted subscription details into smart contract of subscription. And our cloud service takes it out, decodes it, and provides the queue that the notification provider basically like reads from. So we have ciphered encrypted notification, and we cannot like compare like how to say, сопоставить, короче, author of this notification with the blockchain wallet. So it's pretty secure. But now, while we don't have this dbot yet, because we made a proposal for this interface for dbot to retrieve the token of device, it's in the review now, it's not implemented yet. We provided a simple web application that works like on top of just some REST API to our Kafka directly to the queue. And we can temporarily now operate using this API. Like it's like the instead of the dbot temporarily, and then migrate to dbot.
Why instead we need, in addition to, we need as many notification mechanisms as possible. We need them badly. It's missing, and it's really needed. It's one of the most important things in the stack, in my opinion. So we need as many as we can get in all fashions and facets.
Okay, Ekaterina, one more, please clarify when you said our cloud service, which will react on and make the notifications, as I understood, if I'm correctly. Then the question, why we should rely on centralized cloud service? Why not to add this functionality to the app server?
Yeah, good question. Why not add any all other means, even reading blogs through like lines and broadcasting the events found? Anything we can do.
Basically, this contest is not about the queue.
Yeah.
It's about the provider of notification physically. Like we developing the notification provider that will be integrated with this with Apple and with Google, and that will provide HTTP like sending of notifications. So we're not developing queue here, and we don't basically care about it now.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully.
Yeah. So you can implement your own queue as you wish, but it will be not included in the contest like assessment. It will not add you points.
Shouldn't it be part of the FreeTON browser?
What is FreeTON browser?
Well, anything that runs smart contracts locally.
Why locally? We
need notifications.
Well, take, for example, Surf as an example of a FreeTON browser. Can Surf do it? Can it receive external message and display a notification? Yes, it can.
Basically, Surf will be one of the clients of this notification provider.
Exactly. So there can be many others.
Yes.
And we are talking
Sure.
about the server component, right?
Yeah.
So it's basically the prototype for full-blown messaging system for FreeTON, right?
Maybe. Depending
Yeah,
on what you
I'm
mean
just
by
trying to
message.
understand what we're discussing.
It's a lot like event queue, say on macOS, right? It's sort of event loop which is pumping the events from the queue and dispatching it to the subscribers. So something like this.
Okay, thank you.
And then also, you are talking about one notification provider, but if we will have one, it will be some kind of. So I need to. I mean, we need failover, and I think it should be some kind of oracle or system of oracles from independent support team, and like if one oracle or one organization is gets down, another oracle should do the same.
Why do you need oracles for something that happens on chain?
Like reverse oracles, right? Which is in blockchain and inform blockchain community, right?
I mean, kind of oracle. I mean, we need several organization, off-chain organization who will send this notification. Do we? I mean, how are you
Off-chain?
going with? Yeah, obviously this is the off-chain notification, or obviously this will be off-chain part of this notification provider. So what we are talking about, we need something that will listen for on-chain events, and this something will send off-chain notification for browsers and mobile devices. So
Well,
this
not really on-chain events, rather on-chain originated events. They're not really on-chain because they're stored inside one block, never leave it, in form of external outbound message. So it's not really an on-chain event. It's rather like message in a bottle. So
message what?
message in a bottle, crying for help.
It's basically any blockchain event, like anything.
Why we need one-stop solution? One for.
But if because wait, sorry, I didn't get you, Boris. This everything will be on chain, so we need to listen on chain events. What's wrong with this?
Because there's a lot of them.
Yes,
Uh,
I mean a lot of them. I'm not saying that we need to notify about all of them. We need to listen some of them, and we should be able to specify which one of we are listening. Maybe it will be some kind of contract, global contract, which we will listen for messages. Maybe some other mechanic. It's not very important.
okay, my point
Maybe
is,
I should mention one requirement for this system, like
Okay.
security one. We cannot have like provider of the queue and the provider of notification working together, because it will lead to it will open the connection between the user credentials and user wallet for that say company who do it. So we can have queue like on our side, and we cipher everything, and we guarantee that we do not provide the decoded information to anyone. And you just send something to users, you don't even know what is there that you're sending.
Your side, do you mean Ton Labs or blockchain, or what do you mean by your side?
I mean, yeah, just for instance, Ton Labs, like we're like a provider of this queue. We encrypt all the data in our queue, so it's encrypted. So basically, you just see some ID and you map it on your database of credentials to the same ID, but you don't know like what's the wallet of this user. You cannot map it anyway, like on the blockchain. I hope you.
But you can see it in blockchain with no encryption.
No, you can see like the contract in the blockchain where there are some like created subscriptions, but they're all encrypted with the key of notification queue provider that is implemented, for instance, on our side.
Encrypted on chain?
Yeah, it's encrypted on chain. So basically there is just some blob. You cannot see anything there. It's just some encrypted data. And you get only the ID of the user and credentials, but there is no credentials in the smart contract. So the main point is not to be able to match wallet with device credentials. So this is why these components are separated.
Why can't each application implement this separately? Why we need?
Because, for example, we can guarantee that we do it. Like FunLabs can say, we guarantee that we provide encrypted queue for notifications. Like all providers who work with it provide you with security. Any other providers who implement their own queues, we cannot like guarantee anything about them.
They can guarantee from themselves. What is the difference?
Yes, they could guarantee if we will ask any other provider, they will ask the same, answer the same.
Why common point of favor? Off-chain common point.
Can you rephrase?
Sorry, what do you mean, Alexander?
Я имею в виду, что одна точка отказа в виде off-chain приложения централизованного.
This is what I am talking about. We need
Why one? Like the result of this contest will be the source code of this service. So basically, anyone can run it afterwards. There are can be many instances of it. Why not?
Okay.
Like we can create some registry of the services and the user can pick like the ones he wants.
Aren't we reinventing messaging?
Yes, exactly.
Connected to blockchain. Connected to blockchain. What is it? Yeah.
Yes, there are a number of messengers blockchain based, so we could look into them.
We have our own blockchain. That's the point.
Why not use it just sorry. Why not use just GraphQL for that in my application? Why I need another service?
How can you get notification requests from GraphQL?
User in my application works with blockchain. Something happened, and I know who need to get a notification.
Okay, let me explain. So we want to make some provider independent service. So in your case, Alexander, only your users will be able to receive notification, and if they trust you, it's fine. But if they do not, or we want to create some system that users should not trust to anybody. This is the point.
Anonymous receiver, notification receiver. Yes.
Something like this, a receiver which could allow users to be anonymous. So you could use it in your application as well, instead of In other case, every developer should create should set up his own DApp server and all this stuff. And the point is to make it like some basic functionality of the blockchain without any extra issues.
If I want to deploy this solution, do I need to have node, my node, or I can use other nodes or GraphQL?
You will be able
You
to use
don't-
cloud queue. So you don't need your node.
No. If I want to deploy this solution for myself from sources, what I need to have?
You just need to deploy it and configure to work with cloud queue notification queue.
Which cloud? If I want to have my cloud.
Tonlabs. Your cloud.
Yes, for decentralization, for not one common point.
Then you need to implement it yourself, but it will be not that. But yeah, you need to implement queue yourself then on your site and have your node.
But my question is, why reinvent it? There's Matrix. You can just replace the signaling part with the keys and encryption from FreeTON, and that's it basically. Why build something from ground up?
Sorry, how can we use it? Could you repeat it, please?
Well, Matrix is there. It's already there. It has the queues and it has clients on all platforms and whatnot. But well, it has its own encryption and stuff. We can just take it and replace the signaling part to use
That could be one of
authentication through
That
FreeTON.
could be one of solution. That's what can you
Okay, okay, I get it.
the submission. So that's the question. So you just need integration. I mean, doesn't matter how it can be done.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand the whole picture. So if this is true, then I have the picture. Thank you.
Which metrics do you mean, Chuck?
Well,
Yeah, I didn't get it too.
okay, so what is a messaging system? It has different layers: authentication, right? Encryption, and then there's actual queue services that drive things. They accept messages, they store messages, they decide how to keep them, how to store them, how to send them. So this all is already done, and it's done on many platforms. What they have their own authentication and their own encryption, so it can be replaced with the stuff from FreeTON, and that could be one of the solutions, as Pavel said.
Check what about addressing?
Yes.
Those systems support external messages?
What?
Addressing
Yeah. What systems are you talking about?
No, wait, give me Chuck. We are not going to invent messaging system. We have several messaging systems from Apple, from Google, and we are going to use them. But
No.
to use
Those are
them, we
not
need
messaging systems.
from our. They are.
Those are not messaging. Those are notification delivery systems. This is a very big difference.
Okay, but they are delivering some messages to the user as a result.
Yes, but
And
they're not
going to
delivering messages to the user. They're delivering messages to the app running on the user's terminal. That's a big difference.
This is the goal of this contest. To make a provider that will deliver notification to the device
Yes, and
of the
you
user.
can adopt whatever open source code is you can find.
I still don't understand. To use Apple or Google notification system, you just have to, write the code for the APIs to receive those messages.
Exactly. To send this, not receive. To receive, to send this message, not to receive. we need to
No,
send it.
no, no, wait. What I'm talking about is the app running on your phone. You have an iPhone, you have an app running. To receive notifications, it has to basically sign up, and that's it. And every
No.
app has this. What do you mean no?
I mean, you do not need application on your device, or you need something, but the delivery system is working for the user. So the message delivered to the
No,
browser.
it's working for the combination of user and app.
Exactly. Combination.
So
Okay.
you still need the app, and the app needs to be written. And when you write the app, you actually have all the APIs written by Apple or Google to use it. So what do you need on the device? I don't understand.
No, from app, you have API to receive messages. And
Yes.
we are coming from other path, from path to send messages. These parts have different API. And we are going to use API which are sending messages. And to send messages, we want to send it from blockchain. So we want to connect blockchain and Google or Apple messaging notification system.
Okay, I got it. Yes, thank you.
Clear? Good.
If I need to implement a cloud solution by self, is it contest for centralized solution?
Yeah, actually, I didn't get it as well, Ekaterina. What are you talking about? Queue in the cloud from Ton Labs. Why don't we? Well, why can't we have a queue in the blockchain?
Why I need to trust Ton Labs?
Exactly, exactly. I don't like it either.
So you
But
want
that's
to
a-
create, each one of you want to create your own queues, and you want like everyone to trust you.
Yes, because that service is centralized by design, by technology. So you can select your own.
Not necessarily, no.
Okay, provide a different architecture and your own contest. That's the point.
Yeah,
No,
this
my
contest will
understanding
not
is
give you.
that- Okay. My understanding is if the code is written, then anyone can use it, as Ekaterina explained. So its use is decentralized. You can run your own connector for your own apps and just not trust anyone.
That's the whole point. You can run your own service.
So the contest is not about queue, it's about the notification provider.
So it's about the connector, right? The connector between the blockchain and the vendor notification systems. Okay, yep.
So we are not connecting blockchain, we are connecting queue, which is not in the blockchain, right? So then we need some specification of this queue. Where is it? How to call it?
Oh, we will provide it. We will provide instructions how to call it. There will be authorization, of course, so we will register each participant before, like, when the contest starts.
No, we should provide it earlier, first of all, and also I do
Yeah,
not understand.
of course, sure, yeah.
Why do we need any centralized queue for this?
After the contest, you can implement your own queue, but this contest is about notification provider.
In the current description, it's not having any word about any centralized queue or labs participation in this.
Probably it's not complete yet, because I think guys will edit. Yeah, we discussed it with them.
I thought we will have some common queue in blockchain, and every provider who could connect to this queue and send the notification to the user devices. And you're going to do this another way.
Not good that Mitya is not here. I asked him to come. and tell you more about this.
Anyway, guys and girls, that description is not ready. There are no English version. So I think we discussed a number of questions. Let's not stuck on that. Let's prepare a proper contest description and let's move to another topic. Because we already spent half an hour.
Okay, but the question that was actually arised didn't solve. I mean, the question was, we have a company who is providing this notification service, like Google and Apple. They have some special requirements for providers. And the question was, do we ask developers, contest participants to meet these requirements? In this case, I am not sure that a contest should have 3 months time period minimum, because it's not clear requirements and it's not clear what time these big companies need to verify the participants follow this requirement. Do you get it? Do you get me? And if
yeah, it's a long process.
Yes, and long
to get
process,
this application ID.
And somebody could fail from a first try and should be able to repeat his try. And so it's not clear how long this contest should go. And from other side, we could not require the developers to meet this, to get this approval from global companies and just to deliver the code. In this case, to verify that code is working well, jury members should have these permissions from global companies to install the code, to run it, compile, build, run, and receive notification. So the question is, do we want participants to meet this requirement and be able to send messages, or we could put this obligation for jury members, or we could go some other third way or fourth way? This is the point. This is the question. Any ideas?
I think that contest for a queue, which pumps events from the blockchain and dispatches it to any endpoint not tied to a company, should go first. That would make sense.
It exists. It already exists.
Okay.
Who exists? Contest?
Please, Pretty, please.
Q. We don't have contest for it now.
Yeah,
it
but
just exists.
Where can I get it? I need it badly. Yeah.
Ask Artem.
Okay.
Let's make a contest for a queue first. I would agree.
I'm pretty sure we don't have anything like this in our current solution stack. And yeah, okay.
Maybe we can first launch the contest for HTTP notifications while contest participants are registering at Apple to get the developer ID.
Or what do you think about if we could create some notification? Could we register one company to test all notification solutions, like some company which will get approved Apple developer ID from Apple, and all participants and all jury members could use this provider. It's like a third way. What do you think about this?
Well, sorry, now I'm confused. So if you're talking about notifications from the blockchain, there can be only one format, right? Supported in the blockchain. It's TLB. Why are we talking HTTP? It's TLB. According to the TLB scheme, external about message, right? That's what we're discussing. Or
no,
any other indications from the blockchain? Do we have a choice?
The point is the Ton Labs gave us or wants to give us some centralized queue off-chain and some methods to send messages, to put messages to this queue from blockchain. So this
Blockchain
part
or from the off-chain base populated by
from
blockchain. It's a big difference. It's like a 30 seconds delay difference on average.
It's just some Kafka topic with events in the server.
So you're talking about notifications, like meta notifications. We are talking about notifications that we have received a notification.
Yeah.
Oh,
some data that should be sent to the user device.
No, I withdraw my questions. That's not what I need.
Okay, so anybody else have any ideas about this topic? So let's think about this for a week, and actually I would like to see some details of this queue from Ton Labs. Why do we need to use this centralized architecture? How we are going to use it? How we can trust Ton Labs? It's not like a blockchain way of doing things, and then we could better understand the requirements. And I think maybe we could actually make really some separate company and let all participants and all jury members to use it to test it.
Yeah, maybe we should have a separate contest for receiving notifications about the messages. Like notifications about messages, not about notifications about notifications.
This is exactly what it will be, Boris. It will be notifications about messages of some accounts that you specified.
Then they should be in TLB format because there's no other option.
Yeah, they will, but they will be encrypted. And only you will decrypt it when you actually receive it from your side.
They are already unencrypted in the blockchain, so
they will be encrypted not to map your credentials of your device with your wallet that you used to register that subscription.
Wait, is it wallet only? Cannot I connect to an arbitrary endpoint with a predefined external address?
I don't know.
Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, that's definitely not. Then I can.
Anyway, you have some wallet that you created, but other one will not do it and will use his wallet.
Okay, let's think about this for a week and discuss this on the next call. In short, maybe we will have some ideas or questions. Let's go to the next topic. Second question is Gilzaman Khan made some description, some proposal. He gave us a link for document, and is he here?
I don't think so.
Okay, who will introduce this proposal then?
Well, I can.
Okay.
So I've been in contact with him. So he's running already a business. They are doing electronic wills, as in final will. When people die, they put the will in writing, and there are different legal systems in different countries. Some countries do not require notary to notarize, to verify this thing. So what they do, they sell it for very cheap, much cheaper than to visit a notary. They currently do it on the web. They want to do it on the blockchain to provide further security for the whole thing, and eventually they want to implement a system through smart contracts for people to open the will, because in some cases the wills are closed and there are rules for opening the wills. So what he requires is some assistance in developing the blockchain part. Obviously, some of it is already developed. For example, storing documents can be done through NFT technology, but he still needs assistance in writing these things. So he created a specification for the code he needs, and he's asking for our help in writing the code.
What do you mean help for writing the code? Do you need some? Does he need some consultation or what?
No. So he will. We need to discuss how we can help him writing. So he needs somebody to write the code, and it will be paid by the main governance as part of his as part of his collaboration proposal. So he came up with a collaboration proposal. Once it passes, there will be some amount of money which will go to the subgovernance for running a contest for creating the code. And he published the specification. He gave us the address of the specification.
So he has, like, it's safe to say that he has some budget for this. And what does he need from us?
He needs us to run a contest that, based on his specification, will produce the code he needs. And he will be providing funds. Well, the main governance will be providing funds for the contest.
But if main governance will provide funds for this, why don't main governance have this contest?
Because it's a developer contest, and it only makes sense that developer experience of governance runs developer contest.
Jury, actually, jury.
So do I understand correctly? So he wants us to help him to work on this contest description, create some more or less clear instructions for participants and for jury, run this contest, give results of this contest to main some governance, and then they will pay reward for the participants, for the jury, and that's all. Is it correct?
I think it's the other way around. We need to come up with a reasonable budget. He was expecting, we discussed it with him, 100,000 the budget for the contest. If it makes sense, we just need to say, yeah, it makes sense. So he will go on with his proposal and get the funds from the.
Make your proposal. I mean, well, make a proposal. Final proposal. I mean, I just put here, like, here's the final contest proposal. If you as developer experience, from your experience point of view, are fine with that, we will move it to global go forward. Period. Very simple.
Yes.
So please, yeah, put final draft, and because there's no at the moment contest. You see, I mean, this is not the right way to present. We talked many times. We do not discuss. Shouldn't discuss something in the middle, because if you don't have final contest proposals, then I mean nothing to talk about.
Yeah, it's too late.
So please make out of that document final contest proposal. Come to us as a and ask, guys, do you think it's reasonable? Yes. Then
Okay, yes, I get it. So this will be contest proposal, but it will not go through. The first we will have voting on the original collaboration proposal, and once the funds are okay, I get it.
And sorry, and you'll put there that the DevEx jury will vote on it. Period. Simple, very simple.
Okay, can I?
Yeah, sorry. Do you need the description? It's actually quite good. It's a very good start. The number of smart contracts which will be needed for this system to function is more than mentioned currently in the document, because you'll need also all endpoints smart contracts which are going to interact with the primary smart contracts. But this should be simple enough. And what is needed is more detailed description of the functions and data views of the contracts which are user endpoints. And just using URL and email addresses is very unsecure for such important tasks. It's better to have some other means of hashing and unlocking the final off-chain result if it has to be off-chain. But otherwise, the description is very good. It's one of the best descriptions so far.
Thank you. May I contact you directly with
yeah,
some
sure,
questions?
Sure, please.
Okay,
Sure.
It's
a very interesting case, and I think it's really worth it to implement.
Actually, can we stay here after this meeting and discuss this in Russian? Okay, if you can, Dmitry, please, your turn.
Yeah, I have a small question to Chuck. I read through that document and see that there are some user interface requirements, but no layouts of user interface. Can you ask Han to provide some layouts, some screens, how user interface should be implemented?
Sure, but he's the member of the group. You can ask him directly. He's actually waiting for comments and questions.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I have a hand raised, so my turn. Actually, about this specification, it's very huge specification, as I think, for one contest, and definitely I would like to divide this specification for several contests. First of all, this specification saying about notification, email notification. So what we need is email notification provider contest for this. So it would be useful for all community, and in the same line as we were talking in the first question. So notification provider using pop-up, push-up notification for browsers, for mobile devices. We could also have email, electronic mail notification provider. Maybe the same way, maybe the other way. So this contest I propose, or I suggest to have first, and then we could use it, this email notification provider in this case and in all other applications. What do you think?
I love the idea.
Yeah, but we should not overcomplicate it, because it already has a lot of really strong requirements, and you can end up with a contest not doable ever.
No, but we're talking about actually splitting it, making it simpler in smaller parts.
Right. But we still need it all, right? I mean, I'm regarding the on-chain part, because it's a system. has to function as a system. Endpoints.
Yeah, on-chain part will be one contest, and the mail notification provider could be other contest, which should go first, and which will be used in the online on-chain part, for example. Any other thoughts, guys? Who will try to create a mail notification provider contest? Ekaterina, how do you think this email notification provider could it use the same queue, or it should be different queue?
Oh, of course it can. Basically, we thought about other types of notifications, but now we are decided to limit it to only these 3 types. But we can expand. I don't know.
Actually, it could be a very great solution. Look, because mail notification does not require any approval from any big companies, so we could start from email notification, make it, test it without any permissions from anybody, and then based on this, we could start push notification. I think it could be a great way, step by step, by increasing complexity and requirement and everything. What do you think?
What about HTTP? Notifications.
Ambient requires developer ID and all this stuff.
HTTP, SMTP, SSH, Subnet, FTP, any of them, right?
HTTP in form of like hook?
Yeah. Just simple HTTP notifications, like webhooks, yes. Why not do them like in the very beginning as a separate contest?
We can do this, but because of Bulzaman needs email notification provider, we could. It's a reason from start email notification, but we could start from HTTP, no problem. Just for requirements of the project. So actually, definitely we need more.
Maybe we can vote like which contest first. I don't know. I don't have any opinion basically here.
Yeah. Good idea to vote. And definitely we need more information about this queue service. Could you provide us with this information during the week?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would be great. Then we could discuss everything in more details. Great.
Yeah, okay.
Which RFC number are we going to use for HTTP? The latest one, 7231, or are you fine with 2068?
What is 2068?
Number of RFC, standard for HTTP.
RFC.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, I don't remember it.
Neither do I. I read it from the screen. But it's
I've read it also some time ago.
Yeah, I mean the question is, there is a number of versions, and early ones are probably the easiest and the most sensible to implement, but the latest one may have something which you want specifically. So that's the point. I don't have any idea about those RFCs, and so I must think.
Boris, I could admit that you are a very clever guy, but these details are very like small details that we could discuss it during discussing some particular question.
I'm a really boring guy with super close attention to details. That's very.
It's very interesting. Any other ideas, questions? We have 1 minute left. No, okay. So then let's close up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Finish. Thank you, everybody, for
Bye-bye.
your presence. Ciao. See you in a week. Bye. Boris,
Да,
could you?
Привет,
Could you
да. Да, конечно, я останусь обсудить. Просто по-моему, чек ушел.